He's got a timer. Hell yeah. You picked the wrong time? Nah, I'd say like I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. It's never a bad time to just play some DAS. At the end of the day, you know, you may be a little bit out of practice, but even if you go down, you can always, you know, get back up. You can always get back up. There's always a way to come back, no matter what. Alright, let me see here. Can I extend Somalian a little bit more? Yeah, I can extend just a little bit more. Alright, cool. Very cool. Let's see. Somalian, make sure you have on your hertz and input displays when you are good to go. And I'm gonna start a new seed for our players. This will be the starting seed for this set. It's gonna be 55 OB E9. Just needed to move Somalian up a little bit. Hey man, let me check something real quick. I need to check. Okay, should be fine. Yeah, should be fine. Both players have in the seed and are ready, so let's get them going for game number 1. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. And we are off. So on the left here, once again we have Cobra back in the fray playing the second matchup. And I'm losing to Curry a little while ago, 3 games to none. So I'm gonna be looking for a better fight this set. And while Somalian playing his second set went down to Curry 3 games to 2. So also looking for his first win of the season. And looking for a bar and gets it over for that Tetris. Board's starting to look kind of dangerous. What's going on, Arctic? Hope your day is going well. Oh, Somalian not gonna be able to get that T all the way to the left. Not gonna be able to use that first bar, but he gets the second one over and is gonna take a safety triple to lower down the stack. Knew he wanted to try and be safe there. Alright, and the board is now resolved for him. Now up to 101,000. Cobra at 96k. Now 119. He is ahead about 1 Tetris worth when the lines match up. Alright, nice S-tuck placement for Somalian. Board is starting to get kind of high. Nice quick tap of that J piece all the way to the left, and it's going to get a Tetris down up to 128. Nice C-spin setup there for Somalian. Oh my god. Not only did he see it, he actually executed it. That being said, Somalian at 153, 169 for Cobra. I'm looking for a T or Z to fill in that gap on the right side of the board. J would also work as well, but we'll not be able to get neither piece. So we'll just have to compromise and play on row 3. Mostly just an AV's mistakes. What? Oh, are y'all talking about hockey? I'm not like a hockey head, so I don't really know teams like that. But I know Cobra is, so I'm pretty sure that's what I'm just kind of inferring. Cobra at 226, Somalian at 267 of about 2 Tetrises. Cobra gonna open up the well and blocks it right as the bar comes. So just gonna have to wait for another one. We'll be able to get that one. We're stacked actually perfectly clean now. You know, Somalian having a series of tuck setups on the board, but is actually burning them out efficiently when the pieces don't come. Up to 364, Cobra at 324. So both players looking for around that, I'd say low to mid 500 going into 19. Not quite mid 500, but could be around there depending on how the pieces fall down. So that being said, Somalian trying to build up this dirty column 3. Alright, has it set up. Let's give it a J piece to keep it open. Waiting out the bar. Ooh, Cobra gonna hang a Z piece there, but we'll get double bars to lower down the stack, but hangs it in column 2. Oh no, it's gonna complicate his stack even more. Alright, gets another bar down. It's gonna take a split double and lower down his stack enough to be able to survive this. Cobra at 386. Somalian at 406. Up 1 Tetris' worth. Nice center wall Tetris there for Cobra to maintain some efficiency. Is actually only behind about 1 Tetris, even despite all of that garbage on his board that had shown up. But needs to get out of this soon, as transition coming up only in about 8 or so more lines. Somalian in first at 502. We're gonna get that C piece. Needs to fill in that left side somehow. Gets a bar and J piece to do just that. So there's room for 1 more Tetris. 2 lines left. And we'll be able to get it. Goes in at 446. So about 3 Tetrises behind Somalian. Somalian at 533 on level 20. A couple lines in the future. That lead is real. Somalian just looking to keep it safe, try and just kind of reset his stack, begin scoring on 19. Kind of looked like Somalian had no warm-up as far as I'm concerned, so even despite that, has been playing solid. At 571, Cobra at 478, now down about 90,000 points. A little bit of a hiccup there. Alright, nice double there for Cobra. Needs something to that left side. Gets a square and a bar, but hangs that T piece and we'll be done at 481. And Somalian at 630. We'll be good for game number 1. Kind of an unfortunate board there for Cobra, but it will be Somalian that takes game number 1. GG. I'm gonna give both players a refresh. I'm not exactly sure what's happening there. What the heck? I'm gonna just refresh players a bit. Hang on. What the heck? I don't know what's happening there. So, yeah, just gonna refresh both players. Yeah, let me just do that. Yeah, those pieces were tough. Those were some tough pieces. I can't even blame you for that. Alright, next seed will be 66. Alright, there we go. Cobra has in the seed and is ready. We're pretty challenging piece sequence there for sure. So let's see if he can get on the right footing here in this next game, as both players ready for game number 2 in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Right. And now both players are off. Somalian, as far as I know, has played in every season of the DAS League. Yeah, because he played in season 1 in the top league, played in season 2 in the top league as well, and then season 3 was in the top league once more. Did pretty decent, and then in season 4 played in Division 2 and was able to stave off relegation against Guerrero. Won against Guerrero 3-0. Somalian up 114 to Cobra's 96k. So Somalian maybe looking for another ticket to the top once more, just as he has in the older formats. Kind of a jagged stack here for Cobra. Needs some T pieces to resolve this, and gets them. Alright, gets that bar all the way to the left side. Well is now open. Closes it. Needs a J or bar. Gets the bar. Alright, gets that T that will open the well. Now waiting for bar to clear down the Tetris, and gets it. Cobra up to 134. Somalian at 230. About 100,000 points. Really taking advantage of Cobra's misfortune there to start the game off. This is something I typically see from Somalian when he plays Jas. Paces fairly well in 18 and then tries to coast on 19. But as I say that, Somalian up kind of high. Needs an S or T. Gets the T piece, but now it's bar or death. Gets the bar. Will be able to survive this just a little bit longer. Oh, blocks the well. Opens it up again. Has another chance at life if he can get one more bar. Gets it. Gets another Tetris. Lowers down the stack. But now needs to resolve that left side of the board. Only a square can get over. No, he's going to be done at 323. Cobra, your chase down is 324. So about 80,000 points. 324 is what you need to take this game. Alright, Cobra going to get Tetris down to 279. So 3 more Tetrises or so. Won't be able to seal the deal. Or just pure line out as well. Regardless, Cobra has all the time in the world to chase this down. Chase down is 324, and with that Tetris, Cobra will take game number 2. GG. Gets the yellow Puyo. Yeah, good job. You got a game. And you got a yellow Puyo, which is like the happy one. Alright, next seed is 77. What is going on here? Why am I being pinged? was some restream thing. Alright, both players are ready for game number 3. Let's get things going. Tied up 1-1 in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Am I a Puyo player? I used to be. I played Puyo way before Tetris. Like 10 years before Tetris. On like my PS2. That's why I made my scene Puyo themed, because this was my original. This was kind of like my original puzzle game. So I wanted to kind of harken back to those original times. Somalian with a delayed vid setup, waiting for the bar to complete it. Alright, gets the Vits. But waiting for another one. It might have waited just a little bit too much, and we'll be done at 24k. And Cobra with 71k will be good for game number 3. Takes the set 2-1. Yeah, playing. You're gambling just a little bit too much. Gambling just a little bit too much over there, man. Happens to the best of us, though. So I can't, you know what I'm saying? Gotta respect the hustle. But yeah, I used to play Puyo, and then I played it in 2018 up to around mid to late 2020, right before I had switched over to Tetris. I didn't even like Tetris initially. Alright, next seed is 88. And both players are ready for game number 4. We're up 2-1 in 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Oh yeah, best of 25. Fuck, man. Why is it best of 25, bruh? Why is it so long? Right, I know you need a lot of games for PAL, since, you know, they usually end, like, quick, so you don't want to, you know, you kind of want to really make sure the best players are just that, you know, the best players, but, man, I don't know if it needs to be 25, like, best of 25, yeah, I don't know if you need, like, first to 13, like, that's a little crazy. I played my first set against SV Thursday. I did pretty good, up 6 games to 2, so I just gotta keep doing whatever I was doing there, and I'll be sitting pretty. My second session is on Wednesday. Cobra at 75k to Somalian 71k. Once again, waiting for a bar. Covers right as it comes. But this time we'll be able to survive it. Oh, actually dead drop off that L piece. Seemed to be a little unintentional, but we'll be able to get a Tetris to lower it down. Now Somalian needing a couple of roof burns to get out of this. Pal Das Mental. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I almost feel more efficient in PAL DAS than normal NTSC DAS, which doesn't make sense because it's slower. It's literally slower than PAL, so you would think, you know, you have more time to think about the moves. So you'd be thinking, oh, well, you know, I have more time, I can stack better. But I don't know. Maybe it's a combination of that, it being kind of close to 19 speed, and also the DAS being fast, that stacking is just a little better. Cobra up at 194, Somalian at 158. So about 2 Tetrises down when the lines match up. Cobra looking to just end the set right here and now at this next game. Meanwhile, Somalian looking to bring us to a decider. Jesus. Tetris there for Somalian, up to 250. Cobra at 286. Seems to be cutting into the lead just a little bit. Both players on very healthy pace to start us off in the first half of 18. Both players looking for around that mid to high 500 going into 19 as is tournament standard. A little bit of a pause there. Just keep playing. Twitch is trolling a little bit. Alright, Somalian gonna get that Tetris up to 299. Cobra at 340. Up about 2 Tetrises worth. Yo. Alright, there we go. Players taking their respective skims, waiting out the bar, and gets it right at about the same time. Seems players are actually at the same piece sequence. Although, as I say that, now it's starting to diverge once again as Cobra is up high. Only up high too, but has a healthy double well set up. Somalian at 418, hangs up board, column 2, not going to get anything over that for a while. So we'll have to take this down with the triple. Cobra at 404. Now his chance to cut into this lead just a little bit. Alright, Somalian gonna try and set up this column 8. Needs a bar to that left side and gets it. Now needs to uncover the well. Well is now open, waiting for the bar and gets the Tetris up to 447. Over at 452. Still ahead. Somalian continuing this column 8 and gets another one. We'll be able to get that 500 transition going into 19. Nice OJ setup. Over at 499. We'll also be able to get that 500 going into 19. Has room for one more Tetris. Is set up for it and gets it. Goes in at 523. Somalian in at 542. So maintaining that about 1 Tetris lead going into 19. Both players Tetris. Cobra 573. Somalian 569. Players are neck and neck now, separated by 5,000 points. Alright, Somalian gonna compromise stack a little bit with that S piece to the left. Gets a nice J piece, and we'll be able to lower down the stack. Nice C piece for Cobra, gonna open up the well, getting out the bar for that Tetris. Is set up and gets the Tetris. 611 for Cobra, 607 for Somalian. And both players handling the 19 speeds just fine this time around. 640 for Cobra, 636 for Somalian. Alright, Cobra out of burn options here. Needs a bar and needs it now. Not going to be able to get it, and we'll be done at 644. And with that double, Somalian will take game number 4. GG's. Yeah, a little aggressive there, just a little bit. It will be Somalian that takes game number 4, and we are in a decider. Yeah, good luck to both players. Every time you try that, you get smashed, man. Yeah. I try and do that too. I try to do that. I try to do that. Sometimes it works. I find that it only works in solo sessions. In comp, I can't hold my nerve. I can't hold my nerve enough to like not just randomly misshift and then just die. It's tough. Alright, let's see. Let me check seeds. Both players have the seed 99. So let's get them going here. Game number 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. The winner of this will get their first win of the season, no matter what. It'll be Cobra who goes 1-1, or Somalian that goes 1-1. Right. So Cobra starting off the bar dependency in the center of the board. We'll be able to fill it in with that one. Somalian starting off with a delayed Vitz and fills it in with the same exact bar, I'm pretty sure, and gets the Tetris. Alright, Cobra stack up high. Needs something to clear this out. A J piece now needs a bar. Now needs a J piece to that left side. Gets an L piece over. Oh, but doesn't get that T all the way over to the right. Needs something. And nah, not gonna get that quick tap of the bar. And Cobra will be done at 57k. Not the way you want to see it end, but that is how it will end. And Somalian will win 3-2. GG. Somalian, you have won. You may take your victory lap, or not. Looks like we're going with the aggressive mullet here, but won't be able to get that bar over. Doesn't matter. Somalian wins 3-2 and will earn these 6 points. Let me see who's live right now, because I will raid out. Let's see. Corporate Tetris. Oh wait, Mathwoods is live. Ladder League. I'm not sure what this is. But I see Siler is playing versus Jedi Evan. Thanks for restream. Yeah, no problem, bro. No problem. Yeah, I'm gonna raid out to Mathwiz. I'm not sure exactly how Ladder League works, but I saw Adam restream it the other day. Yeah, it was like Hazel or something. Hazel versus who the fuck was it? It was Hazel versus like some player. Max. It was Max. That's who it was. And Hazel ended up winning it 3-0. Yeah, go say hi to Mathwiz 101. Tell him to hop on Smash Cards, because everybody's doing that. Everybody's playing Smash Cards, bro. Smash Cards is the new meta. Alright, thanks for letting me cast y'all, and I will see y'all when I see y'all. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. Good boy.